You are now listening to WSN Wolf Sports Network, live from the University of West Georgia in Carrollton, now an Odyssey station.
Live from Carrollton, Georgia, this is Sports Pack.
West Georgia's go-to show for all things sports.
From the best interviews in college radio.
Hey, this is Coach Joel Taylor, head football coach here at the University of West Georgia.
Hey everybody, this is Jeff Bacon, Atlantic Sun Conference Commissioner.
To the hottest takes around.
I wholeheartedly believe that behind Sean Payton and a second-year Bo Nix, the Denver Broncos can dethrone the Kansas City Chiefs and be the AFC West champions.
I mean, plain and simple, the worst decision Kalen DeBoer has ever made is taking the head coaching position at Alabama.
We've got all you need and more right here on Sports Pack.
The Wolves play here.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to another fantastic Thursday edition of Sports Pack. I'm your host, Richard Reed, joined today by Keyshawn Ward, Jackson Schrader, and my guy, John Howley, killing it on the board as usual.
What's up?
How y'all feeling today?
Feeling good, man.
It's been a beautiful day. Everything's been ahead of schedule. I can't complain.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it as well. And as always, we have a jam-packed show. What's new? Sports in the fall is literally the best time of year. Outside of years where we have the Olympics, there's nothing better than sports in the fall. We got a bunch of UWG athletics to get to. We're going to touch on very shortly. Have another very somewhat underrated college football weekend coming up, I'd say, Schrader. We have loaded NFL weekend as always. And the NBA is just tipped off as well. And not to mention, the World Series is going on right now in the MLB.
Yeah.
We got a lot to get into and never enough time to do it.
Agreed.
Before we get going, being a broke college student is hard. That's why finding deals on meals is a huge win. At UWG Dine_West on Instagram, they have a daily and weekly specials. They post the daily and weekly specials for all the dining halls, Chick-fil-A, and Starbucks. That is at UWG Dine_West on Instagram for any and all meal plan updates you could ever need. Westwoods has a fur-friendly environment, a convenient location close to work, as well as a tanning bed and game lobby amenities. More information can be found at Live Westwoods on Instagram. That is at Live Westwoods on Instagram. Now, John, how about them Wolves?
Long is wide and rolls to the right. He's got some time. Everybody's down at the end zone. He heaves it. And it is caught for a touchdown.
We are one. Go Wolves.
Hey, that's crazy right now. We just had a special guest pop up in the control room.
Yo.
I guess we'll get to that later in the show. Find a way to bring him in at some point. That's wild. My dog is back. But anyway, we'll get to that soon because we got a big game this weekend. If you don't know, now you know. It's homecoming week here at the University of West Georgia. And our football team is in action this Saturday at 2 p.m. against the Central Arkansas Bears. This is our chance to get back right. After starting off 5-0, and then losing 3 games in a row, a 2-4, bit battered Central Arkansas team is coming in here to try to take our lunch money on homecoming. Like I said, it's been a rough few weeks for our West Georgia Wolves, and especially last weekend of a 45-10 loss to Tarleton State. So, looking forward, Coach Taylor was asked what exactly this team needs to do to get back in the win column, and this is what he had to say.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a special thing that we got to do. At the end of the day, we got to run the ball better. Like, we got to block better. We got to call good run plays versus certain looks. We got to do a good job there. And then I think we got to do a good job, too, is, giving our quarterbacks a little bit more time to throw the football. If we got a chip, 7-man protection, whatever we got to do, we got to give those guys time to find the open receiver. We'll be working at that. Like I said, we get a new challenge this week versus Central Arkansas, which I think is a good football team. And but we have to be better in those aspects, man. Our 5-game winning streak, we were running the football, but we was also playing some good defense too. I think it all starts with the defense. In the last 3 weeks, we have not played good defense, right? And I'm a defensive coach, so we got to get that fixed first, and then hopefully we give our offense a couple more possessions, and keep our defense off the field a little bit more as well. But at the end of the day, we got to play better. That's just bottom line.
He said that he can't just name one thing, so he gave us a laundry list of things that our team needs to do better to get a win this week. So, Schrader, what are your thoughts on what Coach Taylor had to say, and do you agree with what we need to fix going into this weekend's game?
Yeah, I mean, he gave us a little bit of everything that we needed to fix, like you said, but I love what he started with, and that's the run game. We need to run the ball, period. That's what got us those first 5 wins. And that's what we stopped doing in this little skid that we're on. Yep. And he said, we need to run the ball more. We need to block better. I think everything's going to start in the trenches. how well does the offensive line play? Because that feeds into the run game and the pass game. So if the offensive line plays great, we run the ball, we establish a run game, that'd be great. I mean, I think this is a great team to kind of rebound against, and I think just establishing the run game, running the ball effectively, and a good pass block is just what we need.
Yeah, I agree. I have to go with the run game. Like you said, Devin Wagner has been struggling. He's been up and down all season. I mean, then you have two great running backs in the backfield. You got T.J. Lester and Morrell.
Morrell.
Right, so I mean, you're going to have to get those guys going, and like you said, the offensive, the pass protection have to hold up as well. And like Coach said as well, the defense, they're on a 3-game losing streak. In those last 3 games, they've given up just about 40 points a game. So the defense is going to have to bounce back. It's not pretty at all. It's definitely not pretty at all. So that defense is going to have to hold up. So the changes that has been made, if any at all. I mean, this Central Arkansas team is a 2-5 team, so it's less competitive. So this will be a great bounce back game for them to kind of get them back on track and ahead of themselves.
I will say this about Central Arkansas real quick, John, before I get to you. This is a team, they're kind of the inverse of what we have going on. They started off 0-5, but they've won 2 games in a row, with their most recent win coming in last week's game, where they won 49-21 against the University of North Alabama. Now, Alabama's 1-5. North Al is 1-5 as well. We're going to play them in a couple weeks. But end of the day, Central Arkansas seems to be getting their bearings, and their running back Landon Chambers had 24 carries for 184 yards and 3 touchdowns. So like you all, like Coach Taylor said, and you all just echoed, our defense has to show up. But another aspect of this game, John, is our offensive line.
Yes.
Pass protection and run blocking has not been the greatest over this 3-game skid. I know you played offensive line for about 30 years at a pretty high level of high school ball. I want to say.
So you give me a lot of flowers there, single A private man. Yeah.
So John, what does this offensive line need to do to improve in your eyes?
I mean, at this point, the one thing I can think of is rotating a couple of linemen. I mean, these guys are worn down, and I remember the big thing in coming to season. You know, we had at least almost 4 standing offensive line, like full groups. That's what I meant to say right there. We almost had 4 groups. And I know some of those guys are not going to be ready to start, but you might need to rotate a couple guys in, give some guys some breaks, because we haven't had a bye week yet. Our bye week's not until after this game.
Wild.
And it's a crazy thing. I mean, you also look at it in like our deep dive on the notes and everything. Like, you see our offense just going down a little bit, and it's just kind of taking a step back. So that might be something you need to do. And also as well, I just want to talk about for Central Arkansas. This team last year was competing for the UAC championship. This was a team that's completely 180. Their team's gutted. So this is like, you want to get things going in, this is the team you want to do it against. Davin's been apparently a lot healthier at practice. He's back in that game mode. I've been told as well they've changed a lot of things at practice. Coaches is trying to make sure that morale is still up, and a lot of the guys have liked the way that practice has been rewritten basically, and it's a good thing for this week. And if that energy that's good throughout this whole week plays into Saturday, then that's great. I love it. That's what I want to see this weekend.
This is a big-time moment for our West Georgia Wolves teams. Like I said earlier on Monday Sports Back, all our goals are still ahead of us. Winning the UAC title is out of the picture, yes, but in the preseason, Coach Taylor said his goal was to be an 8-win football team, which would be doubling the win total from last year. Currently 5-3 with 3 games remaining, including this home test against Central Arkansas. It's going to be a big-time game for our Wolves, and if you want more coverage of this game and more college football, be sure to tune into our live tailgate show. We'll be live from the Hill from 11:30 to 1:30 this Saturday, previewing our homecoming game right here on Wolf Sports Network. Do not miss out on it. Now we had some more action right here in the City of Dreams, Carrollton, Georgia, last night with our women's soccer team taking on Jacksonville University, losing 2-0, making our current record 4-13-1. Our girls will be in action for their last home game of the season this Saturday at 12 p.m., a couple hours before the homecoming game, right here against the University of North Florida. Our volleyball team was also in action, but this time on the road, taking on the Queen's University of Charlotte in Charlotte, North Carolina, where they lost 3-0, making their current record 2-20. Our volleyball team will next be in action in Nashville, Tennessee, on the road against Lipscomb University this Sunday at 2 p.m., and their next home game will be a very spooky matchup against Stetson University right here in the City of Dreams, Carrollton, Georgia, on October 31st, Halloween at 6 p.m. Don't miss out on that game, because I'm hearing that somebody at this round table will be doing the PA announcing for that game.
Maybe.
So you might just want to have your face in the Coliseum to see a very spooky outing for our girls volleyball team as they look to get their 3rd and maybe even 4th win of the season. Now, in a recent survey, almost 53% of full-time college students ages 18 to 22 drank alcohol in the past month. That is why Wolf Sports Network and Wolf Radio's Drink Responsibly campaign is here to remind you, yes you, that there is no drinking under the age of 21. You hear that, Keyshawn? No drinking for you. Everybody else at this table can, but not for you, not yet.
2 more weeks.
Never drink and drive, even if you are 21, and even if it's only one beer, and add food and water when you drink so you don't end up texting your ex, which means know your limits. Now, don't go anywhere. We got a whole lot more to get into on this episode of Sports Pack, which for an hour now, and we got a whole lot more time to fill. So stay tuned through the ad break. This is Sports Pack on Wolf Sports Network.
You are listening to Sports Pack Mondays and Thursdays from 6 to 7.
Welcome aboard to Sports Out of Pocket Airlines, your nonstop flight to the highs and lows of the sports world. This is your Captain Jackson Vole speaking, and this is Flight Path, where we chart every climb and dive, teams taking off to championship skies, and players hitting unexpected turbulence. Buckle up, sports fans, and fasten those seatbelts, because when the whistle blows, we're cleared for takeoff. Listen to Sports Out of Pocket every Wednesday at 6, only on Wolf Sports Network.
Join Wolf Sports Network as we present our 4th tailgate of the season on October 25th.
Breaking down the game between the Central Arkansas Bears and your West Georgia Wolves.
And other matchups from across the college football world.
The action starts at noon, only on Wolf Sports Network.
Tailgate sponsored by Campus Services and Westwood Apartments. Campus Services, from dining, parking, IDs, or mail, visit the Momentum Center, Westwood's Apartments. 100% student living, flat rate utilities, no hidden fees. Wolf Sports Network is back and will feature 3 live shows this fall.
On Mondays and Thursdays at 6, Sports Pack has you covered with all breaking sports news at the University of West Georgia and the entire sports landscape.
On Wednesdays at 6, Sports Out of Pocket is bringing the energy with zero chill, talking all the hot-button issues in professional sports.
And on Friday at noon, we get you ready for your college football weekend with The Playbook.
You won't want to miss out on all the action this semester at Wolf Sports Network.
Sports Out of Pocket has a brand new showtime. Yeah. But what time is it at? I don't know. It's not 5 to 6. It's not 7 to 8. It's 6, 7. Wolf Sports Network.
Baby, it's college football time. Give me my theme music. Pretty underrated college football slate this Saturday. I want to start off with the number 8 team in the nation, the Ole Miss Rebels, coming off what some people will say is a disappointing loss to the Georgia Bulldogs last week. Going to Norman, Oklahoma to take on the 13th ranked Oklahoma Sooners, 2 6-1 teams in the SEC, looking to move up to 7-1 so they can continue on the potential path to Atlanta. Schrader, I want to start with you. When looking at this matchup, what are the keys to the game, and who do you think has the edge in this one?
Yeah, this is going to be a really, really fun game to watch. It's 2 teams that in recent weeks have kind of taken a right hook to the chin, got knocked down. I mean, Ole Miss last week, that was brutal because their offense played out of its mind, but their defense didn't show up. And we saw this Oklahoma defense that is supposed to be one of the best in the country against Texas 2 weeks ago fall on its face in the second half. And they're saying that this is an unstoppable force in Ole Miss's offense versus an immovable object in Oklahoma's defense. So it's going to be a really, really interesting game to play or to watch. But this one, the key to the game is neither of these teams can really afford a loss. I mean, Ole Miss can afford one a little more than Oklahoma because they have such an easy conference schedule after. Right. But, this game is both teams have their backs against the wall, and they're going to be fighting really hard. So I think it's going to be a really interesting game to watch.
When I'm looking at this matchup, I'm thinking of 2 quarterbacks that both transfer into these programs.
Yeah.
One, extremely hyped up, John Mateer, a lot of people's preseason Heisman pick. I thought it was a safe bet for the Heisman. Then Trinidad Chambliss, who came over from Ferris State. People assumed he was going to be the backup quarterback, but he's jumped in for Ole Miss and excelled. Over 1,500 passing yards this season, 8 touchdowns passing, 1 interception, but he's also racked up a lot of touchdowns on the ground. But then you look at John Mateer, Keyshawn, and he started off super fast, but after the injury, he just doesn't seem to be quite there. What do you need to see from John Mateer in this matchup to overcome Ole Miss?
Honestly, he just had to get comfortable early. Like you said, before the injury, he was averaging around 350 total yards, and then ever since then, since he came back, it's been down to around 180. So he just got to get going early, get his confidence back, hit his targets early, you know, kind of build that confidence to go throughout the game. And like Schrader said, I mean, their back's against the wall. Honestly, I have them over Ole Miss because of that, because their last final games of the schedule, they're playing against top 20 opponents. So, I mean, they can't afford to lose. So that's why I have them winning this game, because they know they can't lose no other. So, yeah, this is really their Super Bowl. This is the make-or-break game for them.
John?
I think for me, for John Mateer, is limiting turnovers. I mean, you saw that Texas game when he came back. He threw 3 interceptions. I know the next game he really didn't do.
He came back a little too early.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think they rushed him back. As much as you loved what he was doing for the team, you rushed him a little too quickly, and it bit them in the butt. Simple as that. And I think the main thing is, as well, is just having – I mean, they got to have a run game established somehow. I think as simple as that. This
guy gets it.
Yeah. It's this thing we talk about every single week. I think they can have a good run game. I mean, if you have the offensive line to hold up for John Mateer to sling it downfield for 400-plus yard games this season, you should have an offensive line that can run for 300 yards in a night. Simple as that. And I really think those are the 2 points for me for Oklahoma to win it this weekend.
Yeah, and I think like people are saying this is a weak college football slate, but I mean, we're kicking it off with a Lane Kiffin offense against a Brett Venables defense. Like this is an outstanding way to kick it off. Anybody it's always a good college football slate. I just got to throw that out there.
There's never a bad weekend in college football. You are 100% right. I also want to take a look at another matchup in the SEC here. Hold on, I had the wrong tab open on my laptop. So the game College Game Day is going to. Going up to Nash Vegas to see the 15th ranked Missouri Tigers take on the number 10 team in the nation, the Vanderbilt Commodores, coming off of a very impressive win against the LSU Tigers, another home game for Vandy. It's very interesting, though, because we just talked about another matchup between 6-1 teams in the SEC. This is the exact same scenario. Missouri and Vandy are both 6-1 as well. And I feel like this goes to show how wide open this SEC race is. A&M, Texas A&M, and Alabama are the 2 teams that are still undefeated in conference play. When you look at all the other teams, they're all right behind them with only 1 conference loss. So it's very interesting when looking at the SEC. So, John, I want to start with you. Who do you lean in this game, and do you think this could go a long way of determining who we see play in Atlanta?
I think the way I'm leaning this game is I'm riding the hype train of Vanderbilt. I mean, they got grit over there. Like we talked about, on Monday, the story behind them and just what they do over there. They play that fundamental ball game. They go out there. You have Diego Pavia leading your team. I mean, I think that I'm going to continue to ride the hype wave. I love what they've been doing, and I just love the way they work the ball. Now, when it comes to getting to Atlanta, I feel like Missouri could have a better shot of being in Atlanta than Vanderbilt does. Now, at the same time, I mean, you look at Vanderbilt, and they only have Texas after this, then it goes Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee. And like we talked about, Tennessee's the other big game for them, but they might be able to mess that up. It's a simple thing to do that. And for Missouri, I don't know. They have a solid defense. Bo Priebus slinging it. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's something missing there other than the run game. Ahmad Hardy's been amazing, but there's that one tiny little piece missing, and I can't give it to you right now.
Yeah, I like this game because these are 2 very comparable teams. I think that these are both teams that have quietly somewhat been on the rise. I mean, Vanderbilt hasn't been so quiet recently, but I'm going to lean more Missouri in this one simply because I love Vanderbilt. I love their story. I love their coach. I love how he's built that program. But I think there's a lot of outside noise going into this game, and I don't think Vanderbilt's quite ready for it. I think they had their big win against LSU last week, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do that again. I think Missouri, I mean, they lost a close one that really could have been avoided on that pick against Alabama, and then they had a great recovery win in Jordan-Hare, winning in double overtime. And I think that they're going to walk into Smashville, and I think they're going to get a good solid dub.
I'm going to have to go with John here. I'm leaning more towards Vandy. I love what, like you said, Diego Pavia has been doing so far all season. I mean, the way they can control tempo throughout the game all season has been great. And then the defense, like John said, they have to show up against Mizzou. Their quarterback, what is his last name? Pribula.
They got some
These
tricky
tough
last names, man.
Yeah, man, it's catching me up. But he's been struggling lately. He's thrown 7 interceptions in the last 5 games. So if that Vanderbilt defense could show up, they're going to force him into making some uncomfortable throws, and that's why I got Vandy going into this one. I'm
with Schrader here. I think it comes to a point where we're going to see 2 teams that rely on running the ball and playing solid defense.
Mm-hmm.
I like Missouri's defense a little bit more. Their pass rush is incredible. I think they're going to do a very good job of containing Diego Pavia because we look at their slate. They've played against 2 of the better dual-threat quarterbacks in all of the SEC and contained them very well. Went up against Lenora Sellers a few weeks ago, kept him contained, and Jackson Arnold a few weeks ago. This past weekend, it came out unscathed as well. I think they're going to be able to limit Diego Pavia, not fully stop him, but limit him. And I really look to see Ahmad Hardy really get going for Missouri in this game, take a little bit of pressure off of Bo Pribula, and for the Missouri Tigers to win this game, it's going to be a 4-quarter showdown, but I got Missouri winning it, let's say 27-21 is the final score I'm looking at here.
I like that.
I'm leaning the Tigers. Now, when we look at the rest of this slate, Schrader alluded to it. It's one of those where a lot of people are saying, it's not the greatest, but I do think there are some very interesting matchups mixed in it. Go ahead.
I'm saying USF Memphis, baby. Yeah.
USF and Memphis?
USF Memphis. That's a big one.
Give us a taste of that game. What should we look for in that matchup?
So this game is great because this is almost like this is a big one in determining that Group 5 team in the playoff. I mean, we know USF. USF has gotten their fair share of media time. And this Memphis team, I think this could have been game day if Memphis didn't lose to UAB last week.
Yep.
And I really think it would have been game day. Now, I personally think that game day should be in North Dakota State, South Dakota right now, because that's a 1-2 matchup in the FCS.
Massive game.
But this game, if you like Group 5 ball, these are 2 teams playing for a playoff spot. I know there's not a number next to Memphis, but they're welcoming the Group 5's best team in USF, and it's going to be a great game to watch. It's going to be physical football. It's a good one.
I think you're right, 100%. Game day would have been here if it wasn't for that tough loss to UAB. And it was really the perfect storm for UAB. Trenton Dilfer had just got fired as head coach. There's a whole lot of shuffling. A lot of times when you see a head coach get scrapped outside of Penn State, the team comes in extremely motivated, and they really – I feel bad for any team that faces off with a squad after their coach has just been fired because they always come in motivated. But even then, when you look at that game, Memphis went on a run at the very end to make it very tight. Mm-hmm. But then they lost it at the very end on the last play of the game. So I'm expecting Memphis to come out guns blazing against USF. I think it's going to be a great game. They have a lot of firepower on this Memphis Tigers offense. And honestly, I have them beating USF in this game.
That'd shake a lot of stuff up.
It really would. And I love Byron Brown, the USF quarterback. But I'm not sure if I can rely on his arm full time, because I feel like Memphis is going to come in here looking to limit him. Their defense has been dominant throughout the entire season before this UAB game. They're going to try to limit him and make Byron Brown beat them with his arm. And if it gets to that point, and it's a shootout between the Memphis quarterback and Byron Brown, I'm going with Memphis all day.
Yeah, that's exactly how I see this going down. They're definitely going to have to limit Byron Brown. He's their leading passer and leading rusher as well. So if they want to come out with a win, they're going to have to, first of all, contain his legs. You want him, like you said, you want him to beat y'all through the air. Mm-hmm. If y'all lose that way, so be it. But you cannot let him get going on the ground because he's going to run all over you, and you can't allow that.
Now, John.
Yeah.
Quick pivot.
Mm-hmm.
I have to talk about this game because it's very interesting. The number 2 team in the nation, the Indiana Hoosiers, are at home against UCLA. The UCLA Bruins are 3-4. But
riding hot.
They are 3-1 in Big Ten play. And Indiana coach Kurt Cignetti put it the best way when he said they're facing a 3-0 team this week.
Yeah.
Because this is a completely different team since their head coach was fired. So, John, do you think UCLA has enough magic in the tank to pull off another massive upset and bring down the second-ranked Indiana Hoosiers?
Look, I like what UCLA has done since they moved on from their coach. They've established a presence in the locker room. Heck, one of the first things they did, cleaned the locker room. It's one of the craziest things. He said, you know what, winning teams have clean locker rooms. Simple as that. That's something that stuck out to me. That's something I remember from when I played football. But I feel like Coach Cignetti is going to make sure his guys know we're not coming in. We're going to be at our stadium and lay our jerseys down and let our guys walk on this and we win. He's telling them that we have to win this game no matter what. This team, like you said, a 3-0 team. They're playing good ball right now. I don't know. I don't see UCLA beating Indiana this weekend.
I have to agree. I don't think they're riding that hot. I mean, Nico, he's been playing some good ball.
He's been playing a lot better ball.
Yeah, a lot better ball. I think the coaching change definitely boosted them a lot more, but not to an Indiana team. I don't think they could get Indiana.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think UCLA is going to win this game simply because Indiana's not overlooking them. I think if Indiana was overlooking them, then it could be a trap game. UCLA's like, nobody's stopping us. We got nothing to lose.
They feed off that.
But Kurt Cignetti, I mean, he's playing a 3-0 ball team. He knows that the resume that Indiana has. I mean, I think they have the best quarterback in college football.
Oh, wow, Fernando Mendoza?
I think he might be the best quarterback in college football.
Wow, now that's a bit of a hot take. I mean, like, he's one of the better quarterbacks in college football, but you still got Dante Moore, you got Ty Simpson, you got a lot of guys playing pretty good
21
ball.
touchdowns, 2 picks.
I mean, he's up there, but the best.
21 touchdowns, 2 picks.
It's arguable.
The numbers are undeniable. But continue on. Oh, you were done?
Oh, I was done.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. But I'm with you. I'm with the rest of y'all. I also believe in Fernando Mendoza. I don't want it to seem like I'm knocking him in any way because, like you said, he has been balling. And I'm a big Kurt Cignetti guy. I love this Indiana program. And I honestly think this is their year. Last year was just a taste. But I think this is the year they really shake some things up throughout the rest of this college football season. They're expecting a tough battle from UCLA, like you said, so it won't be a real surprise here. They know they're facing a 3-0 ball club. Might be first in like the first half up until like the end of the second quarter. But I think that like right before halftime, we see Indiana starting to put their foot on the gas some, and we kind of see them pull away in the remainder of the second half as well. Now, this is all the time we got for college football as of right now. So, John, go ahead and hit that button for me. Last night, Schrader, I know you're going to hate me for this, but last night we had day 2 of the NBA season, and we got our first taste, real deal taste, of this year's Atlanta Hawks after a very hyped up preseason where we saw our Hawks front office get very aggressive, bringing in all sorts of different pieces from Kristaps Porzingis, re-signing Dyson Daniels, going out and getting Nickeil Alexander-Walker, all to build up to this moment. Game 1 against the Toronto Raptors, where we saw our Atlanta Hawks lose 138 to 118. John, what do you make of this performance?
A sluggish performance. I mean, it's game 1, but you got to get things going right away. And really, I mean, Toronto outplayed us last night. They shot 57% from the field. And when you got that going right there, you're almost SOL. And then also at the same time, there's a 14-0 run that went from a 9-point lead at the end of the third quarter to a 23-point lead. Makes it kind of out of your reach, and it doesn't help us. I mean, you had all the guys come in, play a good ball game, but when you had turnovers and you're just kind of playing a little sluggish, you get that score right there, and that's nasty. I don't like that.
I mean, I'm at the agree. I mean, then you got Trae Young shooting 5 for 14. That won't help as well.
Nope.
So,
Yep.
I mean, everything kind of just went bad that night. I mean, things kind of got worse for the Raptors after that night, but I mean, we'll get into that later. But I mean, yeah, from the Hawks, I mean, what is it, a 20-point loss? Yep. Yeah, they're going to be looking to bounce back from that, kind of get Trae Young going a little bit more, get him a little bit more comfortable in the flow, and kind of just spread the ball around. I mean, it's the first game of the season. Things would be good going on.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah. I like what you said right there.
Trae Young said it himself after the game. There aren't really too many positive takeaways from it because, like you said, the Hawks lost in 3 aspects of this game. Points in the paint, 86 to 56. Fast break points, 34 to 11. And then they were out-rebounded by the Raptors by 20 boards.
Hawks only scored 11 fast break
11 fast break points compared to the Raptors' 34. You're not going to win like that. When you lose all 3 aspects of the game, you cannot expect to walk away with a win. But like I said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's going to take time for all these new players to really gel and come together as a team. Trae Young had a bad shooting night, but so did Nickeil Alexander-Walker off the bench. He was 2 for 15. I mean, it was just a bad night all the way around, but that's why you play 82 games in the NBA. There's a long way to go, and I'm not selling my Hawk stock. I still believe in this team. I think the most likely outcome is they end up as the 5 or 6 seed in the East, and I'm just fine with that. I'm still all in on this Hawk squad, and I'm not pivoting off of them. Another big-time game, though. The San Antonio Spurs went on the road, quick little road trip down the street, to take on the Dallas Mavericks and number 1 overall pick, Cooper Flagg. But this was not the Cooper Flagg experience. This was the Victor Wembanyama special. He had 40 points on 15 for 21 shooting.
Gosh.
And 15 19 rebounds with not a single turnover.
Oh, my goodness.
Victor Wembanyama is a freak, Schrader.
So this is that alien that they've been talking about?
Oh,
Absolutely.
Oh, my
He
goodness.
touched down about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy to see, and I love how everybody's talking about Cooper Flagg, and not that we're not looking at Wembanyama, because we know that he's one of the best talents in the NBA, but everybody's eyes were on Cooper Flagg. Wemby walks in there and just steals the show.
Yep. It was incredible.
Yeah.
And my main takeaway from this game, Wemby, we know what he is. He dominated over in France. He is about to take over the NBA. If this game was a sign, it's going to be an amazing season. And the Spurs are feasting as well. They still got Stephon Castle on that roster who had 22 points. I thought he was one of the better guards in his draft class. I think he's going to be an all-star, if not this year, the next year. But one thing I noticed, and it is only game one, but I did not like when I saw it. Cooper Flagg was the number 1 overall pick as a small and power forward for the Duke Blue Devils. He started at point guard for the Dallas Mavericks last night. That is not his position. Why is Cooper Flagg, who dominates moving off ball and in the post, has a decent three-point shot, but dominates moving in the post and off the ball, why is he starting at point guard? I understand that Kyrie Irving is out, but there are other point guards in the NBA. D'Angelo Russell is on their roster. He started at point guard for numerous NBA teams. So I don't really understand the decision. Now, I'm not their head coach. Sure, I know Jason Kidd knows a lot. He's forgotten more basketball than I've known in my lifetime. But having Cooper Flagg start at point guard, when, like I said, he was the number 1 overall pick as a small and power forward for the Duke Blue Devils, will never make sense to me. Now, before we move on to talking about the World Series, I also have to mention VJ Edgecombe, another rookie from this draft class, went nuts last night against the Boston Celtics. In his NBA debut, he had 34 points, 3 assists, and 7 rebounds. That is the most points from a rookie in their NBA debut since Wilt Chamberlain. What was that, 1956?
1959, 43 points.
Incredible.
You said Wilt Chamberlain. That's crazy.
Dude,
yeah,
incredible performance from VJ Edgecombe. If you haven't already placed your bet for him to win Rookie of the Year, I advise you hop on an app and maybe call it Bovada or something else. Maybe call in a person that you know, like your little bookie in Tennessee or whatever you got to do to place that futures bet. Put money on VJ. I think he's for real for this Sixer squad that could be dangerous once Joel Embiid and Paul George get healthy. Because with VJ Edgecombe and
let's just hope they don't continue the podcast, right?
Yeah, well, with VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey in that backcourt,
that's scary.
This could be a very dangerous team in the East, and it's a team that a lot of people have forgotten about. But Schrader, what I did not forget about is the World Series. The Dodgers and the Blue Jays, Game 1, tomorrow night. Walk us through what we should expect from this fantastic series.
This is going to be an outstanding World Series. I think both of these teams, I mean, the Dodgers have just run through the NL. And the Blue Jays, man, they played in one of the best championship series that I think we've had in recent years. I mean, that they seem dead in the water, 7th inning, Game 7. And then George Springer hits a home run that can only rival Bautista's home run. I mean, a 3-run shot to give you the lead, seemingly out of nowhere, catapult you to the World Series. It was a great Game 7. This series is going to be awesome because you get to see this Dodgers team who has so many players, so many stars. Everybody says they're pay to play. They're a juggernaut. And then you got this Blue Jays team who actually had a better record in the regular season, but everybody's viewing it as a David and Goliath matchup. But I think it's a lot closer than people realize. And I think these Blue Jays are going to give the Dodgers a run for their money.
Now, to make your pick right now, was that you going with the Blue Jays to win the World Series?
Absolutely not. I think
okay.
Just gotta make the Blue Jays feel a little better.
Right. John, do you agree?
I like the Blue Jays. I love the story for their starting pitcher. He started the year off in Single A and now is pitching Game 1 in their World Series.
Blake Snell's been on a tear that we have
Blake Snell's
never
also
really
throwing
seen.
a .86 ERA as a starting pitcher.
My God.
So
28 strikeouts in 21 innings pitched.
Love you, Toronto, but we're going to go with the Dodgers here.
Yeah, I'm at the rear. I mean, the Dodgers, they're 9-1 in their postseason play, outscoring everybody 46-28.
They have Shohei freaking Ohtani.
Yeah, they have the greatest player in the world right now. Shohei Ohtani, who in their last outing, three home runs, 10 strikeouts. So I mean, I'm not betting against him, but that Blue Jay, you do have a difficulty on the other side of the face at the pitcher's mound. He has Vladimir Guerrero, who in his own right is a superstar in Toronto. So I mean, I'm no big baseball guy, but if there was ever a time for me to get into it, I think this series now is the perfect time.
So I think it's gonna somehow be an entertaining series.
Power of friendship's gonna be in Toronto.
Oh yeah,
and they're gonna put a game together.
Yeah, they will.
They're gonna win a game. But the Dodgers are going to win the series in 5. If I'm correct, over the course of the playoffs, all of their pitchers have a 1.25 combined ERA, if I'm correct.
Whew.
Something like that. I mean,
it might as well be, right?
I mean,
they're playing out of their mind.
It's been ridiculous. They've been outscoring their teams by the margin that Keyshawn just said that I can't even repeat. Like I said, I can't remember.
Yeah, 46 and 28.
46-28 over the course of the playoffs. I mean, it has been incredible. This Dodgers team is legit, and not to mention outside their bullpen, the bats are hot as well. Shohei Ohtani is probably the best baseball player in the world.
He might be the best athlete in the world.
Exactly, he's one of the best athletes in the world as well. I'm going with the Dodgers in 5. Toronto's going to steal a game, but I got the Dodgers winning this series. Now, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick ad break, but when we return, we're going to dive into this NFL weekend and a few storylines swimming around in the background of it and make our Thursday night football picks. Don't miss out. This is Sports Pack on Wolf Sports Network.
Hey y'all, it's Schrader. Now don't go anywhere because you're listening to Sports Pack here on Wolf Sports Network. The Wolves play here.
Hello? Can anybody hear me? I can't see anything. It's like a snowstorm out here.
JT, I need your help.
What? Who goes there?
I'm the ghost of Out of Pocket Past.
Nah, bro. I don't mess with ghosts.
But I need a sports fan that has zero chill.
Well, now that you mentioned that, this is going to be Out of Pocket. Tune in to Season 6 of Sports Out of Pocket, Zero Chill. Wednesdays at 6 on Wolf Sports Network. Man, this beat brings back memories. Anyways, let me tell you all about this show on Wolf Sports Network. Get with the playbook. Get with the playbook. Get with the playbook. It's the playbook. Hear us talk about all college basketball, football, and baseball. Fridays at noon. The Playbook, only on Wolf Sports Network. It ain't just a game. It's everything. This is where the best separate themselves from the rest. But to be the best, you gotta read the best. And the best is the Playbook. Let's go. Yeah, go. Tune into the Playbook, Fridays at noon on Wolf Sports Network. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live at Playbook Training Camp. Now we throw it down to Joey, who's interviewing head coach Brandon Dyer.
Thanks, JT. I'm here with head coach Brandon Dyer. And Brandon, there have been many reports about starting punter Jackson Voss saying that he peaked in high school. Now, what are your thoughts on how he will perform this semester with the Playbook?
Well, Joey, I have full confidence that Jackson Voss will be a breakout star for the Playbook this season. And you'll find out Fridays at noon only on Wolf Sports Network.
Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network are proud to help reduce the 21% of adults with low literacy skills. We're collecting new and gently used books for every UWG pre-K student monthly. Give today by visiting thewolfuwg.com/bookdrive. That is thewolfuwg.com/bookdrive. You can add dining dollars or blocked meal plans at any time. Info on meal plans and deals can be found by visiting westga.edu/dinewest. That is westga.edu/dinewest. You can also follow Dine West on Instagram at UWG_Dine_West for more special events and updates. In the NFL, only one thing matters: chasing a dynasty. Pretty interesting NFL weekend coming up. A lot of interesting storylines to follow. But first and foremost, we got to start off with our hometown team, the Atlanta Falcons, hosting the 1-6 Miami Dolphins, who are facing a lot of turmoil at the moment. A lot of people, myself included, think they're about to go ahead and shut down shop and start trading off their assets for draft capital. But nonetheless, still got a game. Tua Tagovailoa starting at quarterback for him after a disappointing performance last weekend against the Cleveland Browns and their 31-6 loss. But the Falcons are also coming off of a 20-10 loss against the San Francisco 49ers, where starting quarterback Michael Penix Jr. went down with a slight injury, and we're not sure if he's going to be the signal caller for the Falcons this weekend. We might see Kirk Cousins, last year's starter. Keyshawn, I want to start with you. What do you expect from this matchup?
Honestly, I expect the Falcons to run all over the Dolphins. Simple as that. It's the Dolphins. They're 1-6. Everything's just going downhill from there. Like you said, if Kirk Cousins come in and play, I'm fully comfortable with that. I mean, we know what we're getting with him. He's a veteran. He's been in his system. He's played. He started before. So, I mean, if we have to sideline Michael Penix for the week, cool, fine. I'm not, that doesn't change anything. I mean, it's still the Dolphins. I expect full 100% win. If Falcons lose here, then it's like, I don't know. It's a side eye. They shouldn't lose, though. It's the Dolphins, so I'm going to have to go with the Falcons, simple as that.
Yeah, I think for me, if it's Penix or if it's Kirk Cousins, I'm kind of looking at the play action. That's the thing we struggle with the most right now with Michael Penix. I mean, I had a video sent to me, and when Penix is trying to roll that play action through the ball, he's throwing off his feet. He's basically jumping a little bit into the air. And I know Kirk Cousins can thrive in a play action, and then there's just a couple things on the offense. And then defense, we did lose our linebacker. I do not know how to say his last name. We brought him over from Las Vegas Raiders. We lost him this week. He's been a stud for us all season so far.
Hint at his name?
It starts with an O. Last name.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just couldn't remember off the top of my head. And so now Jeff Ulbrich says they've got 4 guys ready to go replace the linebacker. 4 guys going to be rotating in the whole entire game.
Divine Diablo?
Yes, Divine Diablo.
How can you not say Diablo?
I didn't think of it right now.
Did you say O? Did you say
I said O?
Were you thinking of Rook Aurora? They used to play for the Falcons. He's on the Jaguars now.
There might be a chance.
I was thinking Aluakon maybe.
Aluakon, yeah, I think that's what I was thinking of. But still, I just at the end of the day, I got the Falcons. A simple mess up right there. Couldn't remember the name, but
repeat after me. Divine Diablo.
Divine Diablo.
Does not start with an O.
Divine Diablo.
Does not start with an O. It rhymes.
Hey, there we go. I got my trick now.
There it goes, Schrader. You're a Dolphins fan.
Yeah.
You know what? I know why you did that. He wears number 0. But Schrader, you're a Dolphins fan.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking to get out of this team this weekend?
Passing yards.
If anything.
Our coach fired. I mean, we're absolutely terrible. But when I look at this, when I look at the Falcons, we've said they're the most consistently inconsistent team I think I've ever seen, and that has proven week in and week out. And so, I sit here every week and I try to come up with the most logical explanation for why one team's going to beat the other. And with that tactic, I have about one correct pick. It's been pretty brutal, so I'm just going to go with the Dolphins just because when I try to think about it, it doesn't work, and I'm a Dolphins fan. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
I mean, I expect you to be optimistic.
I didn't say I was optimistic.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
I just said I was throwing logic out of the equation.
Well, best of luck nonetheless. I expect the Falcons to run the rock as well, lean on Bijan Robinson. Michael Penix is limited today in practice, so his status is still up in the air. He said he plans on playing this weekend, but we'll see how he progresses throughout the week. We'll get more news on Friday. Probably not the real deal. We're not going to get the real deal scoop on whether he's going to play or not until probably early Sunday afternoon.
Why not just start Kirk, bro?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. We'll play it by ear.
Not? Just let him heal.
That's what I'm saying. Worst case, though, either way, the game plan is going to be to lean on Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson, get the run game going, and make it easy for whichever quarterback is in the backfield is under center, excuse me. So we'll see how things play out for this Falcons team. I expect to win as well. This Dolphins team is struggling, and I think they're going to go ahead and blow it all up and start over from scratch, starting with firing head coach Mike McDaniel, who is going to be an outstanding offensive coordinator for somewhere on down the road. He's just not quite cut to be a head coach. Now, I want to pivot to another fan base here that's been very optimistic for decades now. Obnoxiously optimistic, some might say. But maybe their foolish patience might have paid off. The Dallas Cowboys have one of the best offenses in all of football, and Dak Prescott is flying under the radar as a real deal MVP candidate. They have been playing out of this world. They're currently sitting at 3-3-1. Yes, they tied with the Green Bay Packers a couple weeks ago, going to the Mile High Stadium to take on the 5-2 Denver Broncos. 5-2 Denver Broncos that have eked out very close wins week in and week out. 21-17 win against Philly, won at the very end. A very ugly 13-11 win against the New York Jets. And they came back and stole a 33-32 win against the New York Giants last week. Well, this Cowboys seems a little different. The defense is very shaky. But this is an offense led by Dak Prescott with Javonte Williams at running back, who's been playing like a borderline top 10 back in all of football. And CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens at receiver that can make any corner in this league lose sleep. So, John, when looking at this matchup, who do you like here?
Honestly, I like Dallas here. I like what they got on the offensive side of the ball. As my roommate Zach will hint to, Dakota Prescott he's throwing it, man. He's looking like his younger self. And then like you said, you have George Pickens, you have CeeDee Lamb. You lose sleep over them because not that Pat Surtain can do something out there. He's insane.
Oh yeah.
But it's going to take a lot more than just Pat Surtain and that whole defense for Denver. And I like the Denver squad, but something about the Cowboys says that I think they're going to win this weekend.
One thing I think about, what makes a true man is standing firm in the things that they believe in. And one of the things that I believe in is never picking the Dallas Cowboys because I hate the Dallas Cowboys, so give me the Broncos.
And honestly, I can respect that pick because when we talk about this team, the passing attack has been ridiculous. Dak Prescott has over 1,800 passing yards, 16 touchdowns compared to only 3 interceptions. When you look at them two corners on the outside, Riley Moss is playing like one of the better corners in all of football. Then when you look at CeeDee Lamb, we already know what he can do. He's back healthy. Had a big time win last week. Had a big time game last weekend in his first game back off after an ankle sprain. So it's going to be a great matchup to watch in the secondary. I'm interested to see if the Cowboys can get this run game, continue to keep this run game going against a very tough Denver Broncos defensive line led by Nick Bonito, who's leading the NFL in sacks. But I think the key here, Keyshawn, is the Cowboys' defense. Do you think they'll be able to come around and slow down Bo Nix in this very potent Broncos offense?
If they plan on doing it, they'd have to strengthen up in the secondary. Bo Nix, he's probably going to come in trying to throw the ball, trying to establish a passing game, get himself comfortable. Also, that running game for Denver, Dallas is going to have to stop that as well because their running back, who's their running? Is it still Javonte Williams? Javonte Williams. We know he's pretty good. He's been doing this thing all season. So, I mean, they had to slow him down as well as Bo Nix. You had to slow down Cortland Sutton as well. So, I mean, honestly, that defense has to strengthen up. And then offensively for Dallas, I mean, like you hinted to, Dak Prescott has been playing out of his mind. He's second in almost every QB stat. George Pickens just came in and did what he was supposed to do, doing what he was supposed to do back in Pittsburgh. But, I mean, didn't really have a quarterback, so now we know what he's made of. Now that he has a franchise guy, so I mean, honestly, I'm gonna have to lean towards the Cowboys with this one.
Keyshawn, do you have the YouTube stream pulled up on your computer?
Yeah, we have a very important.
So we just got.
I have a great way to answer this.
What happened?
We don't normally do this, but I feel like this is something we might need to start incorporating. We got a fantastic question from Campus Season in the live chat. It's a question for the crew.
Okay.
Do you refrigerate syrup? It's a hard no for me.
It's a yes for me.
So
yes.
This is how I view it. When you get it off the shelf, no, it's not refrigerated.
Yeah.
But I refrigerate it after I open it.
That's what I do. Syrup after you open it.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
it's not
the package says refrigerate after opening.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does.
Okay, here's my thing.
Never in my life.
First of all, I've never seen that on the package. But two things here. One, syrup is already very dense liquid anyway. So you refrigerating it.
It doesn't thicken up in the refrigerator.
It's going to slow it down.
It's
going to slow it down. And also, I prefer my waffles and pancakes to be hot. And putting a cold syrup on that, I feel like
you ever heard of a microwave?
It's a good contrast.
Microwave
syrup.
Microwave the syrup?
I'm just throwing it out there. I don't do that.
When I go to IHOP,
I
go to IHOP, I specifically ask for hot syrup.
Yeah.
Hot syrup is amazing on pancakes from IHOP, but I will say this. When I'm at home, I get room temperature.
Yes, you should refrigerate most types of syrup after opening to prevent spoilage, especially pure maple syrup, to inhibit mold and bacteria growth.
So why aren't they refrigerated at the store then?
Oh, it says after open.
Yeah, it's after open.
But then again,
it's the same thing.
I've never seen syrup go bad.
You're supposed to do that with like jelly and junk too. After you open it, you're supposed to refrigerate.
Yeah, I put jelly in the refrigerator, but that makes sense because it's like a fruit concoction.
Right.
You know, it's preserves. But
this is just tree preserves.
No, it's not the same thing. It's not. You know, whoever Campus Season is, sir.
This is a great question.
Weird dude.
Please DM us on Instagram at Wolf Sports Network. We want to bring you on the show. I like what I've heard from you. I like the way your mind works. I want to bring you on the show, Campus Season. DM us on Instagram at Wolf Sports Network, or just DM me at Richard Reed on Instagram. We gotta talk. We're gonna work to get you in the fold, man. I like you. I like this guy. But we just got completely sidetracked.
That's okay.
Let's just jump to Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's just jump to Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
Perfect segue.
Before we make our picks, John, remind the people of our policy. Sports Pack and Wolf Sports Network are not liable for any financial losses that may occur due to using our picks outside of the show. These are just our opinions. Don't blame us. Blame the players. Campus Season just derailed the show, and I think
So
the
good.
best way possible. I just want to say once again, Google is wrong. You do not need to refrigerate
Please
syrup.
don't.
I don't think it's necessary.
Mold. If you like,
I've
eating
never
mold,
seen
Richard,
moldy syrup.
Out of
I
all
have
the
to agree with him. I've never
refrigerators
seen
that I've
moldy
opened
syrup.
in my life, none of them had syrup in it.
I've had it once, but I was irritated because how
The
slow the syrup
contrast
was
is
moving.
that's not. It does, dude. I have syrup in my fridge right now that has not thickened up whatsoever from being in the
Quick
fridge.
question.
Yes.
What kind of syrup do you use?
Maple, like pure maple
Like
syrup.
pure maple
I get
syrup?
it from the glass bottles.
Well, we're obviously not the same kind of people. I use what used to be
Artificial preservative.
What used to be Aunt Jemima's, but it's now Pearl Milling Company. That's what I use. So I guess we're just not the same. Anyway, we got Thursday night football matchup on Prime Video as always. Mom, Dad, if y'all are listening, please stop watching them reruns. It is on Prime Video. They watched the wrong game last week. They went to NFL Network and saw there was a game on. Sat down and watched it. And NFL Network is dead wrong for that. Why are you playing?
That is insane.
The thing is, they're playing old Thursday night football games.
So why their helmets look
Dude,
so
it's
old,
like,
man?
dude. I mean, it's like no, like from like last week, or they'll play like some,
That's
like
crazy.
they'll like play reruns from Sunday's games during the Thursday night football time slot. Anyway, just remember, this is a Prime Video game. Prime Video has like one of the coolest intros I've seen for their
Yeah, it's
NFL
pretty-
games.
it's
I think
pretty
it's
sick.
super
They
dope.
got a good crew too.
They really do have a really strong crew. Okay, I keep getting
Let's get on track.
the 3-3 Minnesota Vikings are going on the road to SoFi Stadium to take on the 4-3 Los Angeles Chargers. Two teams are going to shake back. J.J. McCarthy is still out for the Minnesota Vikings. Carson Wentz will be under center, but that Brian Flores defense is still elite up in Minnesota. John, who you feeling in this game?
I mean, look, I know the Vikings got Aaron Jones returning tonight, and he'll be getting a hefty chunk of the snaps, but I've always liked the Chargers. Big Justin Herbert fan, and simple as that. Yeah, I got the Chargers tonight.
Yeah, I like the Chargers in this game. I think the Vikings are good, but they're pretty banged up. And even bringing back Aaron Jones, he's not going to get a lot of carries. I don't think he's going to make a huge difference in this game because they don't want to just throw him into the fire right after he's been on the IR for 6 weeks. So
True.
I think the Chargers they're at home. I think they're going to play pretty good ball, the ball that we know they play. They're going to establish the run game, and then Herbie's going to throw the crap out of the football. So I think the Chargers will honestly get a pretty comfortable win.
I'm going to have to go with the Vikings with this one. I mean, the Chargers, they're 1-3 in the last 4. They've been dealing with their own injuries. The offensive line is a concern. They haven't been protecting Herbert. I mean, you lost Rashawn Slater for the rest of the year. Joe Outta has been dealing with injuries. And then they lost both running backs. They're both on IR, Najee Harris and Amarion Hampton. So, I mean, they lack pass pro, and they won't have much of a run game. So, not to mention Carson Wentz is 7-0 in his career on Thursday night primetime. So, I'm confidently choosing the Vikings here with that one.
I'm going with the Vikings too, and it's for a number of reasons. One, like Keyshawn just stated, the Chargers' offensive line, after losing Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater, they've been struggling. They've been battered and bruised all season, losing guy after guy. And this Brian Flores defense, as always, is extremely aggressive for the Vikings. They really get creative with their pass rushes, the way they drop into coverage. I think they could come up big and get some big-time stops to this Chargers offense, despite all the weapons they have at their disposal. Then even when we look at last week, the Vikings had multiple opportunities to win this game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Had a big-time pass breakup by Cooper DeJean in the end zone that would have changed the whole outlook of this game if that was a catch from Justin Jefferson. They were angry about it. Justin Jefferson was pretty pissed off about it in his post-game press conferences, and I think he's going to come out with some vengeance against this Chargers team. Jordan Addison is also on the other side of the field. And John, if I'm correct, Aaron Jones is supposed to come back for this Vikings team tonight at running back, right?
Yes, activated today.
So it seemed like the perfect storm for this Vikings team. They're starting to get healthy. That defense is still dominant. I think it's going to be a very close game. The Chargers are going to do everything they can do to stay in it. But I'm leaning Minnesota here because of the injuries on the offensive line for the Chargers. Now, does anybody have anything left they'd like to yell out before we end off this show?
I would just like to say that my man Brandon Dyer out there does say that Schrader knows syrup. So, got to throw that out there. Make sure it's known at the table.
I would normally diss Brandon at this moment, but I really have nothing bad to say about Brandon.
Exactly.
me and Brandon were sitting around the studios earlier looking at old videos of Kung Fu Panda. We're talking about Tai Lung, Toy Story. So I really have nothing bad to say about Brandon. Just know that syrup does not need to be refrigerated.
This just in. Campus Season does not refrigerate his syrup.
Campus Season doesn't even do it.
Who's saying he's the expert? He just asked the question.
Campus Season is the GOAT. We all know this. Campus Season, you will be on Sports Pack one of these next few weeks. I can guarantee it.
Getting a phone call directly from him.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to find it.
Hit me up. Instagram at Richard Reed. It's literally just my name, at Richard Reed _. We're going to talk. We're going to get you to call into the show live if we can. Now, that's all the time we got for Sports Back. Be sure to check us out next week on Monday and Thursday. Same bat time, same bat channel, right here on Wolf Sports Network. Before we go, I want to give another shout-out to all of our sponsors, Dine West, Westwoods Apartments. You can find more information about their housing, the housing they provide at livewestwoods.com. Our Wolf Sports Network merch store. Go to wolfsportsnetwork.com/merch store to check us out, support us, buy the merch. We appreciate every single penny goes back into what we do here at the station. Our Wolf Sports Network and Wolf Radio book drive, and our Drink Responsibly campaign. For more college football content this weekend, tune into the Playbook tomorrow at 12, and also our live tailgate show from 11:30 to 1:30 on the Hill on wolfsportsnetwork.com, now an Odyssey app station. You can also go to the Odyssey app at Wolf Sports Network as well. So, plenty of ways to stay tapped in and check us out. We appreciate all you guys' love and support, and we'll see you on Monday right here on Sports Back. Have a blessed day.